Good morning, welcome to your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Still continue with those windy conditions out there, seeing winds gusting up to around 38 miles per hour in the last hour. So quite the windy conditions out there, as well as on the chilly side, seeing temperatures in the upper 30s at the moment, and expecting windy conditions and chilly conditions to continue as we go through the day today. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, still dealing with that area of low pressure off the New England coast. That's helping to keep things windy through the area, as well as this high pressure off to the west that will be building in the area later in the week. But that pressure gradient will stick around as we go through the day and into tomorrow, keeping the windy conditions for that same time period as well. If we take a look at the upper level winds from this morning's balloon sounding, we have some west-northwesterly winds near the surface with fairly strong winds through the column, becoming more westerly as we go up through the column, and seeing our peak wind of 94 knots at 25,000 feet. The freezing level is at 1,000 feet. If we look at the current visible satellite, we can see there were some clouds that passed through the Salisbury area about an hour or so ago. Did see a few reports of light snow and flurries, but not going to see any of that here, and that has mostly dissipated since. So just some temperatures in the upper 30s over the area, and maintaining partly cloudy conditions as we go throughout the day and into the evening hours. If you look at the short-term high-resolution model, see how things play out today. Expecting, again, main story will be those winds staying elevated as we go through the day, possibly building a bit for the afternoon and remaining elevated as we go into the evening as well. But otherwise, dry conditions with just partly cloudy conditions around as well. And as we go into the day on Wednesday, we'll keep windy conditions around with this tighter pressure gradient, and as well as dry conditions, but will be mostly sunny for the day Wednesday. And as we go into Wednesday evening, that high pressure will finally start to build into the area slowly, but we will see those winds start to weaken later in the day, starting later in the day on Wednesday, and then into Wednesday evening, we'll see them really start to drop off. And as we go into Thursday, high pressure will build into the area, seeing a nice seasonal day for Thursday. If we zoom out, take a look at the longer forecast. Starting off Thursday, we see that high pressure over much of the eastern part of the country. That's going to keep those winds light with some seasonable temperatures. And as we go through the day on Thursday and into Friday, we'll see things gradually start to warm, setting up for our warmest day of the week on Friday. And we'll see this area of low pressure moving across the northern part of the country, as well as an upper level trough digging into the eastern part of the country. That's going to bring, as you can see here, some showers moving towards the region. Some models indicating a few sneaking in earlier on Friday, but otherwise expecting just slightly breezy and warm conditions, and then we'll see a bulk of that shower activity start to move in as we go into the overnight hours. Friday night into Saturday morning was when we'll see most of the showers pushing through, and that front continues to push through, and that's going to bring some cooler temperatures into the area for Saturday, and we should see most of that rain start to clear out of here by the afternoon on Saturday, setting up for dry conditions as to end the end the weekend, and high pressure building in. And as we go into the start of the week, we'll see likely high pressure over the eastern part of the country, and then that will start to break down as models are indicating possibly a area of low pressure developing over the southeastern part of the country and potentially moving up the coast for the middle of the week. So if we look at the short-term 24-hour weather risk chart for today, the main story is those winds. We are right across the board for winds at or above 25 knots today, and currently in a wind advisory, and expecting that wind advisory to continue throughout the evening and into tomorrow as well. So we won't see much of a warm-up today, seeing temperatures climb up into the low to mid-40s, expecting to cap off around 45 degrees. We'll see winds out of the west-northwest peaking around 20 to 25 knots with gusts up to 39 knots, and then we'll see them decrease about 5 knots or so as we go through the overnight hours, but remaining elevated through the overnight hours. And we'll see chilly conditions for the early morning Wednesday, seeing a low around 31 degrees with wind chill values likely in the 20s. Otherwise, tides running about a foot above normal as we go into our Wednesday, expecting a mostly sunny day, remaining windy. So we do have those winds at or above 25 knots red for tomorrow as well, likely seeing a wind advisory. And then we'll see those winds start to weaken a bit as we get later in the day, expecting a high around 50 degrees. And going into Wednesday evening, we'll start to see those winds really start to drop off, slightly breezy early, but then we'll see those winds dropping off. But otherwise, a mostly clear to partly cloudy night. and will be on the cold side with a low around 31, but green across the board for weather risk. And as we go into Thursday, we'll see a more seasonable day with a high around 56 degrees. We'll see partly cloudy conditions for the morning, and then we'll see some high clouds on the increase during the afternoon ahead of that low pressure system tracking across the country. But overall green for our weather risk on Thursday. Take a look at the extended forecast as we go into Friday. Expecting mostly cloudy conditions as well as slightly breezy conditions. We'll start off around 43 degrees and see a high around 62 degrees. That will be the warmest day of the week. We'll see those slight chance of precip sneaking in the area later in the day on Friday, looking at about 20% chance, but then the bulk of the precip bumping up to around 60% chance comes in late in the evening and for the first part of Saturday. So Saturday looks like rain showers, slightly breezy as well, and we'll see temperatures dropping through the day on Saturday as that front pushes through. So we'll see a low around 42, and then we'll see our high just up around 49 degrees for Saturday. As we go into Saturday evening, we'll see things cooling down to 32 degrees, and then setting up for a fairly decent Sunday with a chilly temperature with a high around 46 degrees, but overall partly cloudy and just slightly breezy. Cool morning for Monday morning with a low around 30 degrees, and as we go into Monday afternoon, we'll see partly to mostly cloudy conditions with some potential clouds building in ahead of that next system, but otherwise chilly temperatures with a high around 47 degrees. Well, that will wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather forecast. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 to 10 a.m. Otherwise, enjoy the rest of your day.